Most people are broke. And it's not just your bank accounts, it's your minds. People will grind, hustle, follow all the rules, and yet they stay stuck. Why? Because no one taught them how to think. The real wealth gap isn't about money or luck. It's about how you use your mind. And if you don't master your mind, you'll never close that gap. If you can't think, you can't solve problems. If you can't think, you cannot create. And if you can't think, you'll miss every opportunity that comes your way. Thinking is the real currency, and most people are broke. Let me explain. Thinking is what separates those who succeed from those who do not. And when I say thinking, I'm talking about three main things: problem solving, creativity, and the ability to sit and focus on your own thoughts. If you can master these three skills, you can bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. But the system you grew up in, it was designed to keep you from mastering them. This is true. Life is nothing but a series of problems. We all know this to be a fact. We all have a life full of problems no matter who we are. Therefore, if you can't solve problems, you cannot move forward. You can look at Jeff Bezos in case of success. He didn't just say, how can I sell books? He asked, how can I solve the problem of convenience for customers? That one question didn't just create Amazon, it changed the way the world shops. And how did he do it? Well, one of his processes is a thing called working backwards. At Amazon, they have, and their team over there, they have this thing that they don't start with the product, they start with the customer's problem. Then they write a fake press release describing the solution and work backwards to make it real. That's why Amazon wins. They don't just sell, they solve. But here's the problem. Most people are not taught to think this way. Schools specifically do not teach you how to solve problems. They teach you how to follow instructions. Memorize this, check these boxes, don't ask questions. John D. Rockefeller said it best when he designed the system himself. I want a nation of workers, not thinkers. Therefore, the system you grew up in was built to keep you working for someone else, not solving your own problems. Next is creativity. Creativity isn't just about painting or writing. It's about imagining what's possible. It's the spark that leads to innovation. Look at J.K. Rowling and George Lucas. They used their creativity to create entire worlds, turning ideas into billion-dollar franchises. And it's not just in storytelling. Steve Jobs couldn't code and he couldn't build hardware. But he didn't need to. He thought differently. He imagined products that didn't exist, like the iPhone, and inspired people to make them. Creativity was his superpower, and it built one of the most valuable companies in history. But here's where most people fall short. They're too distracted to tap into their own creativity. Social media, TV, video games, these things are designed to keep you entertained, not inspired. Therefore, you stay busy but never create. You're stuck in a cycle of consumption while the people at the top are creating and innovating. Finally, the hardest skill: sitting with your own thoughts. Sitting and being able to focus on your own thoughts. Most people can't do it. Don't believe me? Try sitting in a room alone for 15 minutes with no phone, no TV, no distractions. Most of you will feel like you are losing your damn mind. But the people who make it to the top, they thrive in that space. Bill Gates used to spend a week at a time in a cabin. I think they were called think weeks, just thinking. Jeff Bezos uses the 100 ideas approach. These guys are brainstorming endlessly to find the best solutions, or at least a workable one. 50 Cent, when his record company sent him on a retreat with other artists, the rest of them came back with like 1 or 2 songs. He came back with 36. Why? Because he could focus. He could think deeply and execute. This is what separates those who succeed from those who don't: their ability to think deeply, solve problems, and stay focused. But here's the catch. The system you live in isn't built for thinkers. Schools train you specifically to follow the rules, not break them. Social media and TV are designed to distract you, not inspire you. And most jobs, they keep you busy solving someone else's problems, not your own. You're stuck in a system that rewards compliance and punishes creativity. Therefore, until you break out of that system, you'll never close this gap. This is the true wealth gap. Thinking is the true wealth gap. Wealth is a thinking man's game. But here's the good news. You can break out. You just have to start thinking differently, which sounds hard, right? So how do you start? Where do you start? How do you do this? First step, gonna be super easy. Most of you will not do it. Spend 1 hour alone every day. Set aside 1 hour a day to sit alone with a pen and a paper. No phone, no computer, no distractions. Write down your goals, brainstorm solutions to your problems, reflect on your next moves. This practice will sharpen your focus, boost your creativity, and build your problem solving skills. One of the easiest things you can do, and most of you will not do it. Step 2. Commit to a digital detox. Break free from distractions by committing to a digital detox. Turn off your phone. Step away from your social media and reclaim your focus. Here's how to start that. Set boundaries. Check your phone only at specific times of the day. I know. Outside of those times, keep it out of reach. Only let certain people get through. Create tech-free zones. Make your bedroom and or your workspace off limits to devices. Use that space for deep thinking. Replace distractions with growth. Instead of scrolling or binge watching TV, playing video games, read a book, journal, brainstorm new ideas. Step 3, start solving problems. When you face a challenge, don't complain. Ask yourself, how can I fix this? Write down 10 ideas for every problem you face, then test those ideas. This will train your mind to think like a creator, not a worker. So here's my challenge to you. Spend 1 hour a day with nothing but a pen and paper. Write down your problems, brainstorm solutions, and think about your future. At the end of just 7 days, 1 week, you'll already be ahead of most people. You stick with this long enough and you will start to see the wealth gap close. You will know how you can make it happen, where you need to go, what you need to work on. You will start making this happen. The true wealth gap isn't about money. It's about what's in your mind. So you have to ask yourself, are you thinking like a worker or are you thinking like a creator? The choice is yours. You can go and take control, or you can continue to be controlled.